You know, it doesn't matter how much research you do before buying a new knife, there's always going to be a little bit of risk involved. So today, I'm going to show you 3 knives I took a chance on that ended up really disappointing me. I mean, I rolled the dice, they came up snake eyes, I lost it all. And the knives on this list, they're not just ones that I don't like. Some of these are actually borderline unusable. Hey, if this is your first time here, thanks for stopping by. My name is Jay. I put up new videos every Monday, so go ahead and click on subscribe for knife reviews that get right to the point. All right, let's go ahead and get started with number 3 I got from Ogue. This is the EX03 Automatic. So what the heck is wrong with this one? Well, first you can see, yeah, that blade is way off-centered. And not to mention, there's also a ton of side-to-side blade play, you know, when the knife is open, which, you know, normally that wouldn't be a huge deal, right, to fix. But it is a huge deal for a knife like this that cannot be disassembled. And now I'm stuck with this thing because, of course, I went ahead and made a huge alteration to it. I don't know if you can see there on the end where it's kind of smooth there on the pommel. Well, there used to be what Ogue was calling a skull crusher. And, you know, because it couldn't be considered a glass breaker, because that little point that was coming off the end of it was the same exact material as the handle. Well, whatever the heck it is, it looked absolutely ridiculous. So I went ahead and sanded it off. I've tried every possible trick that I know of to go ahead and recenter this blade. But, you know, since it is an integral design, it's all one piece, I'm extremely limited in what I can do. I mean, there aren't any body screws that I can loosen. But also, did you see how dangerously close that the blade is now to the pocket clip screws? I mean, it's just a matter of time before they start, you know, it starts scraping. I can get rid of the blade play, you know, by I have to tighten that pivot. But once I do, you know what happens? Yeah, the blade, it like barely opens. I mean, it's running slow as it is. I mean, at least this knife is still usable, so, you know, all is not lost. But I also own the manual version of this knife, and I am happy to report, it is not experiencing the same type of issues. Thank God, right? Next up, number 2, I've got from Three Rivers Manufacturing, or TRM. This is the Neutron 2. This knife was not easy to get because they are made in very small batches. I mean, you can't just go to their website and buy one whenever you want. Now, for those of you that don't know, the way it works is you go to their site, you sign up for their mailing list, you know, so you get email notifications. Well, I got an email saying that they were going to release a batch of these knives on a specific day and time. It's usually like going to be about a couple hundred knives. So on the date of that sale, sat in front of my computer, I kept refreshing the screen until, you know, I got the purchasing options. I read on their website, you have to really hurry up when you're picking out those options because it's possible to lose the sale during checkout. Someone else might complete their transaction faster, and if they're going after the same knife, well, you know, they're gonna get it. I mean, there's no guarantee you'll even get a knife until you get a confirmation email from them. Well, I got my knife and quickly realized this is not a good knife for lefties. I guess I was just so happy to get my hands on one, I didn't pay attention to, you know, how close that thumb stud is to the scale on the lock side. I mean, I can sure, you know, I can spidey flick it open, you know, easy enough because, you know, look at all the room there is on the show side. Hey, but 100% my own fault. Unfortunately, it was a very expensive mistake, and I'm talking over $200. All right, you ready to see number one? This is a heartbreaker. It's from Tucson, and it's the TS223. This is the one in M390. Now, this is one of those knives that I had to have it ever since I first laid eyes on it. I mean, this blade shape alone had me convinced right away. And I even thought that this, you know what, I thought this might even become one of my favorite knives. When I bought it, the only places at the time to get Tucson knives, were either on eBay or Amazon. But now you can get them at White Mountain Knives, which is going to be good for you because that means you can use my my coupon code LeftyLove, which is going to save you 10%. So I ordered the knife and it arrived something like 6 weeks later. It felt like a year because I was just so excited to get my hands on it. And even being left-handed, I was willing to overlook the one position pocket clip, which doing that just ended up being a huge mistake because I found out the hard way that this blade is, it's a little bit too long for this handle, because when I had it in my pocket, I went and, reached in and I felt something really sharp. Well, guess what that was? I can actually touch the tip of the blade while it's closed. So allow me to show you exactly what I mean. Now, this is like one of those cut resistant gloves, so I won't get hurt. And here it is. I'm gonna just poke my finger through and the pummel so you can see. Hey, look at that. I can open the blade. Let's do that one more time, just in case you missed it. It might be less of an issue for righties, since the blade, when this is in your pocket, okay, that blade, it will be kind of facing the back of your pocket. So it won't, my point being that it won't open up potentially. I mean, I guess there's still potential that you'd still cut yourself on that tip though. But, maybe I'm looking at this situation the wrong way. Maybe I should be thankful because this was just a knife with one deployment option, and that being the flipper tab. Now, hey, by being able to open it that way, I've just added one more method. I still love this thing. The action is just, look at that. It's absolutely incredible. And man, can this thing cut. But unfortunately, I can't carry it. And I've been trying to think of ways to fix this. And I'm sure, whatever mod I come up with is probably not going to turn out too well. And it's just going to end up looking like crap. And please let me know down in the comments, are there any knives that you took a chance on that ended up not working out so well for you? Up on the screen is a video that you really should watch next because it's my previous video about other knives that I took a chance on. And the difference though in that one, those knives all worked out. All right, so I got to run, but hey, thank you so much for watching. And oh yeah, don't forget, hey, click on subscribe. I love you guys. I'll see you at the next video. Take care.